We'll now go straight to basketball, and let's let you know that, of course, Rivers Hoopers basketball team, Nigeria's only representative when it comes to the African continent, they've already settled in Kigali, Rwanda, preparing for the playoffs. And of course, the Basketball Africa League. But of course, we know that preparations are still ongoing ahead of their game against AS Douanes of Senegal after such an impressive display at the Sahara Conference, where the team came out tops after winning 4 out of 6 games. The Kingsmen are hoping to continue their impressive form and hopefully push themselves to the title to become the first ever Nigerian team to win the Basketball Africa League. Now, to discuss with us about the preparations in the camp of the Hoopers is the media officer of Rivers Hoopers. Of course, we had to buy into her time as she is, of course, on her way to Kigali. Queen Moseph joins us this afternoon. Good afternoon to you and welcome to In the Game.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. Good afternoon.
All right, and we of course know the rudiments and the routine of every woman when they prepare for a major tournament, especially with, of course, our head right there. But then let's go straight to business. Rivers Hoopers have gotten off to a fantastic start in the Basketball Africa League. Can you tell us about the team's morale and confidence heading into their playoff match against AS Douanes?
Well, we are confident. Same confidence we used in Dakar. Much of the advantage this time around because all 8 teams are playing on a neutral ground. So it's not about Douanes playing in front of their own crowd. So they don't have that extra man behind them. So everybody will have to hope that they have enough fans to cheer them to victory or what is not. So, but we are hopeful. Want to continue at the momentum we started off with in Dakar. And positives coming from some part of Rwanda is that we'll be having some major fans of Will Perry. Will Perry plays for Patriots. Patriots is the basketball team in Rwanda. So because Will Perry is playing in the BAL, Patriots fans have now become Rivers Hoopers fans. So we have some borrowed fans supporting the Nigerian team come this weekend. So for the team, we are prepared and the momentum is there. We just don't want to stop here. At first, our first target was to make it to the playoffs. So we cannot say now that we are the playoffs, we can now rest. No, we've set another target, and our target is to have a podium finish. And we are hoping that we'll be the first Nigerian team to the podium finish. So we are all confident at the moment. We had our first training session yesterday. We'll be having another one today. And to just try to just finish up, and then all those mistakes we had in Senegal, we can work on that as well before game will start on Friday. But our game is on Saturday, even though that game wouldn't really count for anything because that's the quarterfinal. But it will determine who will get to play in the next round as the quarterfinal. Either we play US Monastir or Petro de Luanda. But for now, the guys are confident, they are training, they are getting into better shape. For those who were a bit tired from the first round, we've had enough rest and we're ready to go.
All right, looking at AS Douanes, you played them twice in the Sahara Conference. You won 1, you lost 1. Now, what are your thoughts on the team? And as for AS Douanes, what specific challenges do you think that they will present to the Hoopers?
They're a very good team. Very, very good team. If you look at the 2 games we played against them, it showed that the 2 teams match each other. They are of the same quality. They have shooters, we have shooters. They have big men who can defend the paint very well. We as well, we also do have. So they have Aruna who can run the show from there from the 3-point line. We also have Will Perry, who is also a fantastic point guard as well. We also have great shooters as well. So, but I think we are better defenders when it comes to defending the ball than they are. The 2 games were really close, especially the second one. I would say what went wrong in that second game was that guys are already getting tired, and then they had to outstretch them. We didn't start really well in that game, but not despite the rough starts. The guys still came back, rallied back into the 4th quarter, and they almost won it. But they gave it up again, and we almost took it to overtime. But it was not just meant to be. That buzzer beater just teared us into pieces. So, but the 2 teams are evenly matched. I think what will give us the advantage, like I mentioned earlier, is that they don't have the 6th man behind them. There is this thing about playing the Senegalese team. The fans rally behind them, whether it's football they are playing, whether it's basketball they are playing. They always have very good fans that always to rally them. And the arena is always packed full every time as one is playing. So they won't have that when it comes to Kigali. They will not have that because as compared to when the home fans will come in their numbers to support them, this time around, every fan that will go watch their team will have to travel. This time around, we don't even have a Rwanda team in the BAL playoffs. So it means that everyone is going to share number of fans around Rwanda and maybe the rest that will come from outside Rwanda. So that 6-man is a very huge advantage to them, which they won't have. It will mean everyone will have to play for themselves on the court. There is no extra morale. There's no extra motivation coming from anywhere. We just have ourselves on the court, the 5 men on the court. So, but I think at the end of the day, it will boil down to who wants the game more, because the winner of that game will face the loser between Petro and US Monastir. So that's why, literally, there's not really much to really pick up from the game, because whether you win or lose, the next opponent you are facing is a tough one. You know how it was when we played US Monastir. We played them twice, we lost one, and then we won one of it. Therefore, you're a Petro de Luanda. See how they're a very good team. Finalists in the 2022 edition, semi-finalists in 2021 edition. Last year wasn't a good thing for them, even they had a perfect record at the Nile Conference. So, but Petro de Luanda and Angolan teams are always very good on the continent. So, but this time around, we've not faced them this season. So, but who would you rather face? Like I was trying to pick the brains of my coach a few days ago to ask him who would he rather play between Monastir or Petro de Luanda, and he said the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know, which means that he would rather prefer a Monastir. So, but it doesn't depend on us right now, because you might decide to say you're going to beat AS Douanes, and then Petro de Luanda go to lose to Monastir. It means you have to face Petro. That's it. Or you go and then lose to AS Douanes, and then you go and face Petro. Petro decides to beat Monastir. So it's both ways. You really cannot tell what will happen. The only thing is just for the guys to bring their A game, whoever we get to face. That game against AS Douanes will count for nothing, because at the end of the day, your next opponent is actually a tough one. It's possible you can't run away from that particular tie. You can't run away from it. So, but whichever way it goes, we are only hoping that the quarterfinal would favor us in the sense that we'll have a good day. The guys will bring their A game, will not have a bad day. One of our bad days was, I think, that game against AS Douanes. We should have wrapped up that game and then qualify from that particular one. So, but going into the AS Douanes game, I think the set of guys are not the guys who want to lose any game. They want to go into every game to win it. So collectively, they want to win. And we are hoping we can start off with that game against AS Douanes. Whichever team will get to lose in that Monastir game, we'll just have to also pick ourselves up and also do what we need to do. But hopefully we meet the devil that we know.
All right. Hopefully, I mean, Nigerians are also rooting for River Supers. Before the tournament, or before the Sahara Conference, a lot of them were pessimistic. Now, I can tell you that we're optimistic that River Supers can even go on for the title. I must also thank you for your time, and we wish you a safe flight. Murakoze, Urakoze.
Thank you, Murakoze.